Want to know what I can harvest off of a T-Rex?
I do want to know what you can harvest off a T-Rex.
I can cut its claws off and make glaives, and I can rip its jawbone out and make a great axe. I'm so excited.
I'm very happy that that's our cold open for this episode. Crikey being excited about killing something. Amazing. Well, cool. Hello. It's that time again. It's the weekend. It's the morning. And I'm really glad to be here. We don't have a Theagenes today. And Theagenes, the character, will be pondering the realities and mysteries of Thelia and the Fates in the cave while you guys do your thing.
Sure, we won't at all miss having a character who can disable our enemies.
Not at all. Not at all.
Sure, that will not hinder us in any way, shape, or form.
I love that you're bringing a solid Eeyore vibe to this combat.
We got this.
Eeyore is like when he compared his character's personality to Eeyore, it just all clicked, and it's so good. All right, well let's do a warm-up question, which I'm betting won't be what character trait will you guys miss having today, but somebody roll me a D1 hundo.
The Odyssey rolls 32.
That's exactly the same one we rolled last time. That is the what is your character insecure about? 6. We've done that one. That's the opinion on nobility and authority. 40. Ooh, okay, this is pretty good. Let me just make sure we are recording. Can somebody say something really quick?
1, 2.
There we go. There it is. All right. Where does your character feel most at home?
Oh.
Oh.
Where does your character most feel at home?
Yeah, like that could be like an actual place or like in a situation or an activity.
Well, you know, Theo feels most at home when worshiping the Goblin of Malta in the woods.
Yeah.
In solitude. You know, it's kind of his sanctuary. And
Hey, I need to interject something here for a second. Are we gonna get like 4 more months into this campaign and find out that Theo has a brain worm that got in there when we found the Goblin of Malta?
I don't know, it happened in the movie, so maybe.
Sorry, continue. In the woods with the Goblin of Malta.
Yeah, just
praising his greatness.
Communing with nature and acknowledging that the Goblin of Malta is indeed a superior being, and just gazing upon his likeness.
Yeah.
Now that we have our depiction of him back.
And it goes with you everywhere. So
Right.
really, you feel most at home anywhere with the goblin.
Yeah, I invented a portable shrine stand that just pops up.
Ooh,
My God.
very good.
Ready to worship anywhere.
Very good.
Yeah.
Can we make that an item at some point? Like
Yeah.
Theo stands up his Goblin of Malta shrine and he gets a +1 or something.
I mean,
Yes.
it depends. Like the further we go with this, the more it makes me wonder if we should lean into the like Theo becoming a cleric, like of the goblin, and like start getting actual mechanical benefits
Well,
from his faith.
Cleric, you're going the
paladin?
wrong way. Cultist?
My end goal is to replace the cultists that took over my home with the true Lord and Savior of the Goblin of Malta to take everything to the most. So
Ah,
we will see.
can't see anything wrong with that.
Yeah.
Cool. There's a lot more to discuss with that, but let's see. And who else wants to go? But where your character feels most at home?
Balbin hasn't been there for a very long time, but he still thinks of home as his adoptive parents in the Old Woods.
Yeah. Oh man, and we're not going there because that would draw attention to them. Maybe.
It's so true.
That's terrible. I'm glad that Falvin has some good friends now, but man, they're good people. How about Shade?
Well, probably right now, Shade feels the most at home on the Ultros with all of our companions, just kind of going from adventure to adventure right now.
On the
Yeah,
Ultras,
if it wasn't for like the kind of impending doom, it would probably be a pretty chill time. Just like, hey, we're going on adventures, doing fun things.
I love that. Like, you're establishing it is just the impending doom that makes it less cool. I like that. And Magus?
Magus is probably most at home in the big city.
Right.
Combination of, you want to like spend some quiet time in a library? We've got that, for you to study and break magic. Or you want to go to the nightlife? You want to go like, to the brothel? You want to like climb some spires? We've got it all. He might be going a little bit stir crazy on the Ultros.
Welcome to the jungle. Yeah, there really aren't that many big cities in Thelia, unfortunately.
He has rearranged his room in the Ultros 5 times since we've departed.
That's crushing. Well, we'll get back there someday. Cool. Good answers. Thank you. Let's hop into our recap.
Wait. We get an NPC, don't we?
Oh, yes, we do. Yeah.
I mean, I have a proposal for a character.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
Where does Lutheria feel most at home?
Oh man. That doesn't compute. You're under arrest. Oh god. Where does Lutheria feel most at home? Can you give me a minute to think about that?
Sure. And if you'd like, I would also accept where does Sidon feel most at home.
If you could please explain to us the base motivations of our enemies. Great.
I might. Oh god, I really like both of them. Okay. I'm actually gonna take the Sidon one,
Right.
and I'm gonna say I might as a bonus give the Lutheria one later if I think of something. But Sidon, I'm gonna say it's like you have your home, but someone else is in it, and you're counting down the hours until you are back in it. So I'll say that like Sidon feels most at home everywhere, and he's not there, but he wants to be soon. He's Lord of all, and right now he's Lord of some. So yeah. Once he can evict you dorks,
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think that's my answer for now.
Wow.
But also just hucking a lightning bolt. He loves hucking lightning bolts.
Yeah.
Just
What a jerk.
Yeah, and on that note, who will recap for us?
I feel like I haven't done one in a long time, so
Sure.
I'm probably come due. I mean, it was the best of times. It was the worst of times. We had the pinnacle of many sessions of combat, and we had to deal with the king and his entourage in the caldera of trials, as it were. For those of you that are keeping score, the Odyssey's party assassin is alive, and the king's lizard assassin is dead. So went over and looted his little corpse. That feels pretty great.
Oh yeah, include
Took all
what
his
loot
shit.
you picked up in your recap.
Oh, that's probably worth doing. Yeah, click this, click that. Yeah, so I'll get there. I'll get there after we after we get to the looting phase.
You guys can just all do that at the end, I guess.
Perfect. So we had sort of like cornered the king into the back of this caldera and surmised that he was probably about to exit via a secret exit way. And Nameless went ethereal and went back there and kind of bought us some time where the king was not able to exit as quickly as he might have. And during that, we began to push forward. There was a Cyclops that barred our way, and he was kind of a wise old jerk. He realized that shit's about to go down, and basically just left. He barred the way and said, "I'm out of here. Bye." There were a couple mystics. We killed those. It was an intense battle. Goblins tried to lizard folk. I'm sorry, I'm really stuck on a Goblin of Malta idea here.
As you should be.
Lizards.
Brainworm fitting.
Yeah, it's in full effect now. The lizards started coming up behind us, and the assassin nearly murdered Magus. And Zerion, that is the correct dragon, right? That almost threw him into the lava.
Gigaros.
Gigaros, that's right. I get them two mixed up because they both are like radiant, shiny happy dragons. So Gigaros decides, you know what, that's not cool that you hurt my friend, and basically does a football tackle of the assassin directly into the lava. The assassin, being a tanky motherfucker, did not die from this and got back up on a ledge and about to keep moving on. And then I can't remember who landed the killing blow. It feels like we all did in a way.
Magus did, actually.
Was it like a magic missile you did it with?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he just bit it near the king's throne room, which was perfect for later dialogue. And then we cleaned up the back, and in the meantime, Shade et al. Had continued moving forward past these mystics into the throne room, and were starting to capture the king. We got the king and restrained him. We did not kill him. And then it came time that we were going to make a move on the Titan. See if we could release this Titan that has been locked up underneath the caldera. And Magus, being Clark Kent levels of charisma, basically negotiated with her not to destroy the island and possibly a chunk of the world, and convinced her that she should take on the inhabitants of the island as worshippers of her own. And then Grace, mercifully, she decided that she would let us live by letting us know that we should leave. And as she did, the lava began to rise, and the party had kind of this moment of like, oh shit, we didn't loot the things! And we all kind of ran to the 4 different corners to grab stuff. Theagenes went back toward the king's chambers and got a entire blanket of stuff that he pulled out into the escape chamber. And Shade and Theo went out to the workshop with I can't remember his name now.
Steros.
Steros. I knew it was an S. I kept thinking Sidon. And helped gather blueprints and all these other things that they needed to get from there that Steros was pretty concerned about. And Falbin went to the throne room and looted a lockbox. And the lockbox, what is it? I've got that here somewhere, has a strange ingot of metal that Falbin is very interested in giving to Theo to investigate. A strange potion bottle. Yeah, so cool lockbox. We like that. Additionally, Falbin gathered the dagger of venom from the assassin that would have killed our party members had he had the opportunity. It is a +1 dagger. It has a venom ability that allows poison to be injected once per day. And the DM was kind enough to jazz it up additionally, where this sheath can hold 3 types of poisons, and optionally the dagger of venom can use that poison during an attack rather than the default venom ability. So that's pretty cool. I also got the Hero's Goblet from the general loot pool, and let me click over to that for a second. Having difficulty finding. Here it is. Whenever common wine is drank from the goblet, it tastes as if it were fine wine instead, so Magus would like it. While holding the goblet, you can use an action to speak its command word. The goblet then fills with magical wine. Drinking the full goblet of wine using another action grants you the following benefit for 1 hour. Advantage on wisdom saving throws, as well as advantage on saving throws against being poisoned, resistance to poison damage, and 5 temporary hit points at the start of each of your turns.
Each turn, yeah.
And the property of the goblet cannot be used again until the next dawn. Quick note on temp HP, they don't stack. So if you have the 5 HP from the last time and the new round begins, you don't suddenly have 10 temporary HP. Word. Thus the DM speaks. Given that Falbin is a dumb boy, advantage on wisdom saving throws will be wonderful.
Indeed.
So that's kind of where we all were able to exit the caldera relatively unaffected. There were no harm to any of the party members, and so I guess with that, maybe do a round table of loot conversation.
Yeah, I will really quickly interject with what loot you guys helped Steros get out with. So the first thing is, so the thing that you helped grab. Is a wand charging station. It is basically a device that enhances and speeds the process of charging wands of any type, which include the wands of magic missile.
Does it do it wirelessly?
I mean, yeah, technically, you just sort of, well, it's got like a hole in it, and you just stick the thing in there.
No, there are 15 different dongles that you have to work through.
Yeah. Steros also recovered his schematic scroll, which is it's a scroll with a rich blue surface. Any mark you make on the surface becomes magically white, and you can tap the scroll to cause it to project a illusory 3-dimensional projection of whatever is drawn on the scroll.
Yes, please.
So this basically is just provides advantage on ability checks to repair or build an object that's patterned after the illustration. Corinna also received a bow. That's it is a centaur's hunting bow. It's a hefty wooden hunting bow fashioned in the likeness of a centaur deity of wisdom. It has 4 charges and regains them all at dawn. When you hit a creature with a ranged attack using the bow, you can expend 1 charge to mark that target for 1 minute. And for the duration, the first attack you make with a bow on your turn, a single magic missile dart streaks out from the bow towards the marked creature. So it basically just gives you an additional guaranteed magic missile damage.
It's got multi-shot.
Yeah. So anyway, who else wants to share their loot?
I will also add on that at the end of last session, there was we went back to the cave where we found Reldrissa to rest for the night. We sent word to the Jade Walkers, Jade Stalkers, that pay attention, your deity is awakening.
Okay, good to know.
And there was also a conversation between Magus and Kyra, where Kyra basically admitted that all of these hints about her, that maybe there's stuff about her that's unsavory in her past that we haven't learned about yet, but she cannot tell us due to the terms of the Oath of Peace.
Mm-hmm.
So that's fun.
Yeah, that's been something I've been sitting on since the very beginning.
Mm-hmm. And in terms of loot, I believe we all got collectively 6,000 gold.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yummy. Yummy.
And so that's 1,200 each. And Magus specifically got the Thunderbolt Quill, which basically halves the time and cost for copying spell scrolls into his spellbook.
It's very cool. How about Shade or Theo?
I got a Shade got a handkerchief.
You got a handkerchief.
Yep.
Dirty one. Used.
No, it's clean. It's clean.
Use them.
Washed and folded, everything.
Good. Theo got the contingency band, so that can
Contingency
absorb
band.
3 potions, and then I can use it in combat and use a reaction rather than an action to get the healing benefit of those. And
we
those
will
can
say
be...
that with that, if you use your reaction to gain the benefit of the potion, you will have to roll the potion. You won't get the full action benefit. Because if you drink it as an action, you get the full potential. Bonus action is rolling. We'll say reaction is exactly the same as bonus action drinking.
All right. What is the purpose of the band? If you're not getting the full shebang,
It's so you can heal in response to taking damage.
Yeah, without spending your bonus action.
So it does, and it also doesn't have to be on your turn.
Yeah.
It's a reaction, so it's somebody else doing something to you.
Okay. Then I still want it.
And remember, typically, any potion you drink, you have to roll for it. So this would normally be at exactly the same level of efficacy as drinking it in full, but because we have a bit of a weird system, it's still good.
That's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure that I was not misunderstanding.
Nope. Yeah. And you will note that all of these items are free of attunement requirements. So, happy birthday.
Hooray!
Cool. Is that everybody's loot? Yeah. Cool. I think
Other than Theagenes.
I think he took the Spirit Shaker salt, which is it's a creepy salt shaker that you can sprinkle, and you can basically prevent an undead from you can shunt them into the ethereal plane and prevent them from entering the material plane, or you can immediately end the possession on a creature, like without a check. So that would have been nice to have.
That might have been, yeah.
Yeah, but cool. All right, well we'll jump in. You guys are in the cave and prepping your hunt for the T-Rex.
I do have one point of order real quick that I want to add into the description of this dagger of venom. The way you'd initially written it was the sheath can hold and apply X number of poisons. I assume you mean one at a time, but just in case, I wanted to ask.
You can add in multiple poisons.
So the attack would then have X number of poisons or one?
No, so you can have a stockpile of like 3 potions or poisons, but you can only use one at a time in its effect. Yeah.
Cool. Just making sure,
Thank you.
just
Good
in
question.
case.
Forgive me, Master. I have to go all out just this once.
To the most.
The most.
Cool. Yeah. So you guys have gotten your loot situated, and you're in the cave. Theagenes is contemplating the fates, and Falbin is out for blood. What's going on? Oh, I guess I'll take you guys over to... We're just going to use the jungle encounter map for now, just so we have greenery to look at.
Love it.
Love the green.
I was also going to ask, because that is the question I'd posted in Discord, is does anybody's dragon want the Ring of Soul Harvest? Which is if you're wearing it and attuned to it, anytime small or larger hostile creature is slain within 30 feet of you, you get a hit point. Would that be useful for anybody's dragons?
Kind of staring at Brew.
Yeah, Rue or Nameless, I think would both be good candidates for that.
The one thing is, like, did Nameless being ethereal, does he take items with him?
Yeah. I mean, they
Okay.
go...
Just like all these accessories plop to the ground.
I know, I was just like, figure you should just double check, but, you know.
But he does have the benefit of being able to go ethereal and avoid damage, even though he is very squishy.
Right.
Rue doesn't have that.
Interesting. My brain is now running off on branches. Oh, if he could take items, can he take living things?
Like what?
Like, I don't know.
Rats?
People in the party?
Ooh, that's a
Rats?
good question. I kind of don't think so.
Can he take
Oh
bombs?
man.
Anyways, sorry.
If he's attuned to it.
It's a rabbit hole. It was just an interesting place my brain went.
Yeah, so I guess, can I
Gift
give
it,
this?
bequeath it to me?
Yeah,
I think you can do it via trade.
You can do a trade, which I think is down in the players list
Hit
at
up
the
my
bottom
Patreon
left
account.
corner. I think you can also just drop it on the ground out of your inventory.
Oh yeah, you did that the other day.
How do I run that?
Like go into your inventory and then click and drag the item out onto the ground.
Okay.
And it should make an item pile. Look at that.
Oh!
Wow.
That's
That's
cool.
so cool.
Do I double click it?
Yeah, double click
Oh,
it.
you can split. You can split it 6 ways if you wanted to. Take
That's
it,
cool.
leave it.
Shunt
Take.
it.
Hell yeah. Theo picked up the following
Whoa.
items.
That's
That's
cool.
neat. Cool. All right.
Now we're gonna have to do that again to get it into Rue's inventory.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's okay. I mean, that's okay. I mean, it is one of those things you just have to keep track of because it doesn't automate with the system. So
It was a medium or large.
small or
Is that what
medium?
it was?
It said small or larger.
Small or
That's what it
larger.
said
So
in the description.
anything bigger than anything small or bigger.
Side on counts.
Side on counts.
Oh.
We get 1 HP when side on dice. Ooh, a coin.
Oh, piece of candy.
Ooh. I tried to piece of candy my dog the other day, and she just didn't even notice it, and I was sad. Okay, so Falbin, Corinna comes up to you, and she's sort of stringing her new centaur bow, and she says, "Hey, so I heard you're maybe gonna try to go for the T-Rex?"
Trying to think of something clever to say. Yes, we are, and I am excited about dissecting it once we kill it because it hurt me.
Where I don't know, where do you think we should start? Because it ran away. What do you know about? We don't have our guides anymore.
We should start with tracking. It's a big boy. It leaves big footprints and broken branches and all sorts of stuff. And we'll break out my survival tracking skills, and we're gonna hunt this big boy.
Well, I really want to learn from you. I've never tracked a predator before. I mean, I guess. No, I don't think I ever have tracked a predator, so this would be new for me.
Ah. Well, and then Falvin gets a little more serious. I think the first thing that you need to pay attention to is that predators are typically smarter than common prey. They understand the difference between when to run and when to fight. So just because tracks seem to say that it is further up, that may not be the case, and it may be lying in wait.
Great.
So
Well,
keep your eyes
behind
sharp.
you. Oh, you know I can do that. Cool. She is ready to assist you with anything tracking, and I'll say that you'll get advantage on survival checks unless anybody else is providing that. And is there anything else happening in the cave camp?
I would like to go up to Falvin and kind of pull him aside
Uh-oh.
and say, "Hey, are you feeling okay? Or is everything going all right?"
Falvin gives you side eye. Is there anything in particular you're concerned with?
Well, because last time we encountered a T-Rex, we had to do a concerted effort to save your life multiple times. I'm just making sure you don't have a death wish or something.
No, nothing like that. We were not prepared before. We didn't know what we were getting into. Now we do, and it's time to settle the score.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good to me. He knows what he's talking about. No problems here.
I
Steros
can't
offers.
myself.
You cast mage armor. Steros is going to stay here with Theagenes in the cave. Yeah.
Cool. I guess with that, are we going to start tracking? Or are there other items to hit on?
I think you guys are good to go.
I think I'm good to go.
Okay, so we'll
Let's go eat a dolphin.
We'll start with just a basic survival check, just to retrace your steps back to where the battle took place, which I think is probably the best, you would assume is the best start, unless you want to try to track it from a different place.
Yeah.
So go ahead and roll a survival at advantage to get back to this area. 28, easy peasy. You pick up your own footsteps pretty well. It's been less than like 12 hours, so they're very fresh still, and haven't really been tampered with. And I can't remember how long we said it took, but we'll say like maybe... actually, did you guys wait until the morning in the cave?
I believe we took a long rest, so
Right.
I'm going to lean towards yes.
So we'll say it's very, very early in the morning, like before dawn. And okay, perfect. So you find your way back to the battlefield, the swampy clearing where you fought the T-Rex and the other warring tribes of lizard folk. There, the remains of any of the dinosaurs that had been killed have been, you notice, pretty picked clean. And at this point, let's get another survival check at advantage. $29. Yeah, so you remember the area of the battlefield where the T-Rex was and the direction it ran off in, and you head over that way, and the tracks in the swamp area are very, very muddy, hard to see, but you do find where they go up onto drier ground, and it's a very clear, Jurassic Park imprint of this 3-toed foot in the ground that is about 3 feet across, and no, bigger than that, like 5 feet. And you are able to pick up its trail in a southeasterly direction. I guess at this point, Corinna asks, like, so we have its trail. What comes next? Do we just follow it until we get to its lair, or how do we do this?
I would look back at Theo and say, do you think Rue might be able to help us? And kind of like, as I'm saying this, I'm like turning my conversation to Rue as well. Do you think you might be able to make out if the T-Rex were nearby by being over top? Or is it is the canopy too dense?
What do you think, bro? You think you could do Overwatch on this one?
Are you talking to me? I always forget. I mean, look at the trail this thing made. It's like a bus drove through the woods here, through the bush. I call it the bush. Yeah, I can take to the sky. Just remember those pteranodons that the firewalkers were using to track. So they might see my glittering, beauteous form if I'm above the trees. Which is fine. We can kill them.
Just fly lower.
Fly
Not
casual.
too high. Yeah, super cash. Not too high, not too low.
I can
And
do
if you
that.
could kind of go for a dip in some of the silty mud over there before you do that to kind of take the sheen off, that would help.
become the predator myself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I've seen movies. I'm gonna make you swear an oath to me now that you'll clean me up though after this, because I'm gonna be disgusting.
Oh, I'll do that without any oath. Come on.
I need an oath. Nah, I'm just kidding. Unless you want to. Know that I'll kill you in your sleep if you don't clean me after this. You chuckle.
What are friends for?
Okay, he flops around in the mud. We'll say he gets advantage on stealth checks to remain undetected. It's funny.
Beautiful.
For like an hour, we'll say that after that, the mud will start to slough off. Okay, so you're just gonna continue following the trail, and hopefully, if you see it ahead of you, lying in wait or something, you can stop.
Yeah, and I mean specifically at this point, it's probably worth registering that Balvin's paying attention to like the quality of the footprints, like if it has rained recently, are the footprints full of water? If it hasn't and the ground has moisture, has the moisture coalesced into the footprint, i.e. is it an aged footprint or is it like a more recent footprint?
Right.
Thinking about like the branches and whether or not they have started to brown from their breakage or not. So like trying to understand the age of the trail that we're following.
Yeah, it's pretty new. It's pretty new. You get the feeling that when, like, typically a T-Rex would just sort of slip between the trees pretty deftly despite their size, but the fact that it was near death and very wounded, it just charged off with little regard and made this brutal path through the jungle. So you follow that for about maybe a mile, 2 miles, and then the trail starts to get a little more careful. The footsteps start to look a little more planned, and the breakage of trees reduces until after about another 100-200 feet, the trees are no longer being broken. So we'll do another survival check, this time a flat roll because of the increased difficulty of the trail. Well, we'll say you still have advantage. We'll just give it a minus. It's a higher DC. 20
Okay.
is still good. So you are able to see sort of a natural through point through the jungle where the size of the T-Rex would have to be taken into account, and you continue to follow it.
With Rue up ahead,
Yeah.
I was just saying, with Rue up ahead, has he been able to? Is he looking for like any type of, I don't know, clearing type areas, something that looks like the T-Rex has frequented, rather than just like a single trail, like indicating a lair type of thing? It's like, is he looking for that too? Not just like the actual T-Rex itself, but an area that we might see that it's traversed frequently.
I suppose so. I think Tim stepped out.
He stepped away for a second.
Okay. Well, then never mind.
Yeah, I would assume so. But we could check when Theo gets back. The other thing is, at this point, given that I see the consciousness of the trail or the stability of the T-Rex has increased at this point, I would alert the party to be paying more attention to our surroundings and the possibility of an ambush.
Right.
Good call.
Okay, so we have passive perceptions. All right, Falbin. Let's see, Falbin and Corinna. You stop because you feel something in the earth, something like a vibration.
I guess I would put my ear to the ground and try and figure out a little more of what it is.
Do a perception check for listening. Ooh, that's a critical. A 30. You put your ear, your one big ear and your lot of small ears to the ground, and the vibration you hear is not a single boom boom. It's loads of tiny impacts, a lot of them, and it's growing in intensity.
Okay. So I would tell the party that we're about to be attacked by a pack of what appear to be the dinosaurs that we've dealt with in the past. Aclodons.
I climb a tree.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering.
So what's going to happen is I'm going to give Falbin and Corinna are going to have advantage on the next roll, but you're able to give everybody else a heads up so they are not totally surprised, so they won't have disadvantage on their roll. There is a stampede of Pachycephalosauruses incoming.
Pachycephalosauruses?
Yes. And you eventually see their bony skull protrusions crashing through the undergrowth, and there are dozens of these, maybe over 100. And it is just a wave of dinosaurs. So everybody, please roll. You could just by default roll a dexterity save to dodge out of the way or behind a tree or anything else you want to try to do to avoid this stampede. Falbin and Corinna will be at advantage, and everybody else will be a flat roll.
And we're just like kind of randomly in the jungle area, like
Yep.
not.
Yep.
I'm gonna re-roll that.
Yeah, you guys are just in the thick of the jungle.
Can I? All right. Say, Zerion, lift me! I have Zerion try and like grab my shoulders and like kick me up off the ground over the stampede.
Okay, have him roll a strength or athletics.
Let's see. Does he have? Oh, he doesn't have. He doesn't have anything in those. So okay, well, we'll see how it goes.
Oh no.
He fumbles the grab and basically knocks us both down.
So Falbin, you ended up with a 26.
I did.
Okay, Corinna 16, Zerion, and thereby Shade a natural 1. Let's get Magus and is Theo back? If not, I'll just roll for him.
Since I had almost the exact same idea, Gigeros is going to try the same thing with Magus.
Okay, a quick strength athletics. Theo, if you could roll a dexterity save to avoid a stampede of Pachycephalosauruses.
Of course. That happens all the time.
Oh! You are able to quickly duck behind a tree. We're going to say that Corinna, Shade, and Zerion, and... Falbin, I guess have Reldrissa roll as well, please.
I guess she would just
they
fly
have
up.
the ability to fly. It's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
He can fly. Okay, so everybody that failed is going to take 5d10 bludgeoning damage.
Woo!
Wow.
And is knocked prone. So you'll take 19 bludgeoning damage.
Was anyone close that I could use my Flash of Genius on?
I'll let you pick one person. Yeah.
Who was
I think the only ones that failed were Zarion and Shade, and it was like a
Shade
one.
failed. He
Corinna.
beefed it pretty hard.
Yeah,
So
not one. So you're not going to help that.
Maybe Karuna.
yeah, maybe
Yeah, try
Corinna.
Corinna.
Okay, try Corinna then.
Okay, that is actually enough to get her. You point out a tree or a rock that she didn't see, and she ducks behind it. Thank you, Theo.
That's what I'm
Just-
here for.
Quick question. This might be, a little too little, but could Shade like kind of shield Zarion with his body so Zarion doesn't take like the full damage? I mean, it doesn't matter that much, but figure for flavor.
I think because this is happening so quickly, and Zarion was taking the initiative and trying to pull you out, I think it's all happening too quickly.
That's cool.
So that'll be 19 damage. You do protect Corinna from taking that damage. That would have been about half her health. So, you guys stay in cover for about like 30 seconds while the rumbling of the Packies go by. They don't seem to even notice that you're there. And after a moment, they pass and the rumbling gets quieter and quieter.
It's like, can I attack like the one in the back as they're leaving?
Sure.
Would it be surprised?
It would be, yeah.
Cool.
I'm gonna say that it has low enough health and AC that you probably are guaranteed to kill it. Go ahead and roll an attack roll though.
Sure. That would be this one. It's an automatic hit, so they're surprised.
Yeah, you handily slice some critical part of this Packy, and it goes limp and slides through the ground for about 30 feet before coming to a stop.
Cool. I feel better.
Meat's back on the menu, boys. All right, cool. You solved my Pachycephalosaurus stampede puzzle. But after the stampede dies down, you move up through where the Pachycephalosauruses were running, and you do see a bit of a clearing up ahead. So I will take you to that spot.
Oh.
Somebody already
That-
killed the T-Rex.
It's already dead. It's in a pool of acid.
So you come into this clearing, these large jungle trees, part to reveal a watering hole. I think I have the scale of this map off a little bit. It should be a little smaller than this, but that's okay. There is a watering hole of pretty clear spring water, but there is a newer than what appears on the map corpse of a dinosaur that is sort of laying half into the pool of water.
Oh, wait. Did you say a newer corpse?
Yeah, on the map it's like ancient bones. It is more of a recent kill. In reality.
And Falbin is like, how recent? Like, is it decayed or is it like fresh?
I would accept survival, medicine, or investigation.
Oh, interesting. We'll go with survival.
And you'll have advantage with Corinna there.
Oh, and we'll roll it one more time. How about a 23?
A 23. Yeah, so this is a large dinosaur, not as large as the T-Rex, but definitely still a predator. And it appears that it was killed probably about 2 days ago. But you walk around the corpse and you notice that it was killed about 2 days ago, but as of just maybe in the last 8 to 10 hours, there are fresh bites, very large bites, taken out of the remaining flesh of this dinosaur.
Mm-hmm.
And the size of the bites, you've been privy to them very close in the past. It's probably from the T-Rex. So something, maybe the T-Rex killed this a couple days ago, and then just more recently came back through and ate some of it.
Yeah, so I would share that, and I would say maybe we should create an ambush here for when Rexy Papa comes back for more food.
I will give you a little more than that. The consumption that happened recently, it pretty much took all the, like, there's not much left of this creature. It seems like it came back here and ate what it could.
What it wanted.
Yeah. And then moved on.
Bummer.
But it is information that might suggest that having a tantalizing kill laying out could be a potential opportunity for bait.
Let's go kill a smaller T-Rex to lure the larger T-Rex.
You did just kill a Pachycephalosaurus not 15 seconds ago.
It's true, but it's kind of small. I don't know. And I guess I'd kind of look back to the party like, do you think we could lure a T-Rex with something of that size?
I mean, it liked you nice enough.
That's true, and I'm kind of small, and I motion to my legs. And I guess at that point I would be like, how about we set the Pachycephalosaurus up as a lure, and if people are on board with that, then Falbin would want to, like, gut it a bit and get the scent more available for the general wind.
Roll a intelligence check.
Okay.
I'm going to give you advantage on it because the group is helping you.
What are we checking for here?
I'm helping you think.
Okay. About how to trap. Because I'm wondering, the reason I'm asking is if it's, like, about animals.
Oh, then yeah, you could do nature or survival or.
Okay. And you said flat roll or
advantage.
Okay.
30. So you take a pretty a big whiff of the air, and the decaying dinosaur here is starting to smell bad. Yeah. And you're getting the feeling that is going to overpower the scent of a fresh kill, and you probably want to look for a different spot to set up an ambush.
Yep. So I would share this impactful knowledge, and given the tactics that Shade has shown over time, I'd kind of be like, hey, where would you set up to trap somebody?
All right. I assume I'm going to be rolling some type of check for this.
Mm-hmm.
There's all right. Would this be a survival check or?
I suppose, yeah. 16.
Okay.
You remember that the T-Rex is very mobile, and a clearing doesn't really give you any sort of... It really gives the T-Rex more of an advantage than anything. Its lair would probably be the worst place to fight it at, and so would just an open field. There is a lot of hazardous terrain in the jungle, and if you could find an area of hazardous terrain that you understand in detail before engaging an ambush, then you could control the engagement and potentially control the T-Rex a bit more than on an open field.
Well, I will convey that. We want to set up an ambush.
Scouting, though.
We're going to have to, make it so it has to move in the areas we want it to move in. Set up, ranged attack and in good high ground, and we don't want to just running around everywhere because this thing was fast. So
Very fast.
we have to find something like that.
So would we want something that's more like muddy?
Why don't we
Perhaps?
have a little scouting adventure, and I'll give you a couple options.
Ooh.
So who would like to do that? Either in the air via Rue or on the ground? Or other dragons can also scout in the air.
I would say, could I have Zarion help Rue
Sure.
scout?
Yeah.
You're like,
Then,
let's
yeah.
scout for something, because I figured from the air would be a bit easier to look for.
Cool.
Yes.
We'll have Rue roll a perception or survival at advantage.
Survival at advantage. There he is. There it is.
19. Was that at advantage?
No, that was just old fashioned because
I mean, that's about as good as you can get. Still, with a 19, Rue and Zarion take to the sky. Both pretty good
Yeah.
rolls. Within about 2 miles, Rue comes back, and there are 2 spots that they have spotted from the air. One spot is it's a clearing, but oops, I didn't mean to activate that. Well, I guess oh no, you guys can't see it. It's a clearing with another watering hole, but there are pockets of like steam vents sort of dotting the clearing that look like it would impede movement and be potentially dangerous as an area of effect hazard.
Right. And afterwards we can make steam buns.
Exactly.
Mm.
The other option looks to be a pretty large tar pit that has some high ground scattered through it, but he spotted skeletons of animals that had fallen in and gotten stuck in the tar. So yeah, there's a clearing with big steam vents and then a tar pit.
Well, I mean, the tar pit's kind of alluring to Valbin just because he's seen Megas use fire.
I mean, it's a good point. Is it like for the tar pit? What all's around it? Like, do we have? Is it like kind of craggy and rocks and stuff, or are there like trees and?
Some of both.
Okay. And the steam vents.
The steam vents are a little more open, but the vents are pretty. They sort of protrude up from the ground and would impede motion, but also some line of sight. But he noticed that the steam would sort of blast occasionally and might be harmful to something near it.
Faithful this dinosaur. Well, thoughts? Anyone?
I'm kind of more in favor of the steam vents from the standpoint of I feel like the tar pit might impede our movement too much.
Yeah.
It's like the steam vent, yeah, it's a hazard, but it's we can still
Well-
move around it to some degree.
Theo could probably set up some logs or something so we could negotiate certain sections of it better, and then if anything were to charge at us, they would get stuck.
I mean, yeah, if we're gonna try and prepare for it like that, that would be great.
Does that sound
Sounds
like
good to me.
a reasonable thing, DM?
Repeat, please.
Putting like logs or something in the tar pit so that we can move in it freely
sure.
in the sections that we want, and then when things charge at us, they'd get stuck.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
All right,
Depends on how the dice.
that's my vote.
communicate.
Megas, thoughts?
Vegas is a city boy. He doesn't like. All he's thinking about is like, well, in terms of steam vents, Gageros has fire damage immunity. In terms of like tar pits, if someone gets stuck, I can just teleport us both out. So,
Okay. So what is that? 2
Is there
votes?
any way we could lure the T-Rex to Mitros and fight it in there?
That's like the 1998 Godzilla movie.
Or literally Jurassic Park: The Lost World.
Or that. Yep. Oh man. So do we have what? 2 votes for Tar, 1 vote for Steam?
I think it was the other way around.
Oh,
2 votes for Steam, 1.
Okay, cool.
Right? Like, cause I voted for Steam, and it sounded like Theo voted for Steam. So
Sweet. All right, Steam.
Do it.
Steam.
Steam it is.
Steam team.
All right, I will pull you guys over to the Steam scene.
Oh, the
Steam scene.
Oh,
see what
hold
you
on.
did there.
Let me give you some tokens.
I would like tokens. The blackness is. Oh wow.
Hold on, there should be. There we go. And we have Corinna also, and then your
Look at this.
dragons.
Look at this beautiful map.
The Agenese isn't there. There we go. Yeah, it's pretty, right?
It does.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have dragged the one Pachycephalosaurus corpse along with you, I'm guessing.
I imagine Shade did a lot of the work.
I mean, I got some strength.
Fair. Okay, so you are here now. You can see these steam vents are pretty large. The openings are about 10 feet across, and then the base is like 20, 30 feet across. You sit for a few minutes, and it seems like about once. I guess I should say once every 6 seconds, one of these random geysers goes off. That seem right?
All right.
Gageros
yeah.
hunkers down in one and waits for it to launch him into the air.
Yeah, Gageros gets cannonballed out of this geyser at pretty high velocity. Are you sure you want to do this?
Now that you say that.
It's not just heat involved. There are G forces at work here.
Okay, I assume that seeing it go off, observing
Pretty
him
violent.
go off violently, I will restrain him
Okay.
from subjecting himself to that.
Cool. I mean, he can get close and potentially stick an arm in, and he goes he's like, yeah, that's very hot. You guys don't want to be standing right here. Okay, so how are you preparing the scene?
Well, I I think one of the first things we need to decide is where we're putting the bait.
Yeah.
We probably want to put the bait. Yeah, somewhere like somewhere about yonder.
Sure.
Well, we also want to put it somewhere so that when the T-Rex arrives, we can all attack it very quickly without having to take time to move toward it.
Preferably from cover.
Yeah. Imagine if we put the bait like somewhere over here. Shade could be like over here, kind of out of sight, or maybe over here to get to it. Yeah.
I was thinking somewhere closer to like here.
Like that's where we put the bait.
Yeah, and then we can be hiding off in the jungle.
That could work.
And then it also puts the T-Rex in a very constrained space in the middle.
You said you were thinking here? Over there. Okay. I mean, I was kind of thinking that as well, because if you think about like range, like there's quite a bit of area in here that we can probably hide from relatively well, be obscured depending on, because we don't know which way it's going to be approaching from either. And we could still kind of get at it without being out in the open. What do you guys think? Is that a good spot?
Yeah. I think that works.
Okay, with that then, Valbin's gonna get to work on kind of gutting the Pachycephalosaurus a bit and making sure that it is smell-worthy.
Okay, yeah. So you are prepping it and spilling the innards out to maximize the aroma. Do a nature check. Yeah, you know that when cooking, having something in the presence of wafting steam, or the steam can carry a scent quite far, so it might be worthwhile putting the corpse close-ish to one of the vents so that there's enough steam, or at least put it ahead of the wind. So yeah, actually, where did you plan on initially putting it?
We were putting it over here.
Okay, that actually is fine because there's like 3 vents right near it that will sort of waft it. Okay.
I think also I would cut off, given the knowledge that you said I have, I would cut off like a pound of meat and put it rather close to one of the vents.
Cool. Oh, that makes sense. That's very smart. So, okay, where are you guys all positioning? If you could go ahead.
I'm trying to like climb up some of these trees in the bottom corner here, but it says I keep colliding with a wall.
Oh,
That's the T-Rex.
oh, what is that wall doing there? There's a weird wall out of place. I'm sorry.
The
There you
T-Rex
go.
eats you.
For watching these vents, what would be a safe distance around one of these vents?
Do not get within 10 feet of the opening.
Okay, cool.
So of note, that then means that like coming through here is dangerous.
If the geyser goes off that round, yeah.
Sure. I'm gonna try to hide like over here
Okay.
in these bushes.
Yeah, Shade and Zarian are hiding behind this bush.
The bush.
The bush.
The bushin.
Okie dokie.
And I will specifically say that Megas and Gageros have climbed up into the tree.
Perfect.
and I am not in the same tree, but I am in a different tree. There's 2 trees over here? This is pretty far
Yeah,
over
there's
here.
2 trees. But it is pretty far.
I don't want to be that far.
There's also
Maybe
the tree
not.
up to the north corner.
That's too separate from the group. Bad things happen when... Maybe I can hide behind these rocks.
You remember what happened to Falbin last time he separated from the group? and the dinosaur
Maybe
was involved?
behind these rocks in the shrubs.
Okay.
Perfect.
The shrub.
Hooray.
A shrubbery. Okay, so you guys have your positions. You have
I
the
assume Corinna doesn't want to be out there.
Oh, no, she does not. I will have her, she's got good range. I might put her up in this tree up here.
Just kind of acting as Overwatch.
Yep. So, it takes you about maybe 15 minutes to set this all up. I'm gonna have Magus do a perception check since you're up in a tree. Okay.
It was obscured by the tree that I'm in.
It sure was. So, oh, these, that's too visible. So, we're gonna roll a stealth. There's a possible ambush happening, but you might not notice.
What? Who would ever want to ambush us?
Inconceivable.
Okay, so Shade and Theo, you guys hear motion in the jungle behind you, and you see in time each of you have 2 velociraptors that have been stalking you and are on your position. So we'll go ahead and
They say they're already dead.
you got clever girl, exactly. Someone mark these guys as healthy. And we'll go ahead and kick off initiative, por favor.
Nailed it.
I nailed it. Worse.
Oh, actually, hold on.
Wow. I rolled less than Reltrissa.
I meant for there to be 3 each, sorry.
Oh yeah, no.
3 each. They're multiplying.
It'd be 4 of each.
So, Magus, you hear something in the woods, but you don't know exactly what it is or where, and then you see these velociraptors leap out of cover towards the others, but you are ready to act first. Amazingly.
Okay. I think we're going to go with a good standby, and I'm going to set up a dome, a sphere of sickening radiance around all these fools.
Okay.
Dome it. I guess, Shade, did you take damage from being trampled? Is that why you have lower health?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, I did.
Yeah, I will also, if possible, because I'm using my class feature to expand the radius by 5 feet, so it
Sure.
should catch all of them.
Yeah, I can roll the others as well. That's a fail, and all fails. Jesus. Okay,
So yeah,
20.
they take 28 and 1 level of exhaustion.
Okay,
And
so
Shade and Theo and Rue are immune to this.
wow. Bad. Bad for them. Bad for their health.
Oh, that takes effect on the start of their turns.
Oh, okay. Well then, we'll ignore that for now. Okay. Reldrissa and Falbin.
All right. I think what we're gonna do here is Rodriguez is gonna take a little bit of a step over here, and then gonna do Dream Breath.
That's on me for putting them all in one radius. Dream
Just-
Breath.
Do that.
Okay, so it's a cone on these three. They do all succeed.
Jerks.
What does that potentially do?
They would have fallen unconscious for 10 minutes.
Wow.
And because they succeeded, nothing happens.
Okay, gotcha. Falbin, then.
Yes. Let's see here. I'm not as worried about Shade. He's been through things. We've seen that. So I'm gonna focus on one of these guys over here, and because they haven't taken a turn yet, I've got advantage on the attack,
Mm-hmm.
and they're gonna get rebounded. That's interesting. Why didn't it roll attack? Albin's target is blocked by a wall.
I'll fix that. Sorry. There we
What are
go.
all these walls doing out in the jungle?
I don't know.
Sneaky walls. It's still happening. I could just manually roll it.
Okay, sorry about that.
No problem. Let's see. Attack. Advantage.
28. Yeah.
And then... Let's see here. Sorry, it's taking me to find buttons. So that'll be 11 damage plus my feature. Sneak attack 6. Wow, that is a horrible sneak attack.
Wasn't amazing.
No. Cool. And then I'm just going to re-attack that same one.
Okay.
-5, 20 to hit,
20 still hits.
and one more.
Pretty bad. That one will probably die. Well, definitely die whenever its turn starts. Okay, so it is their turn, and they're all going to take 28 radiant damage. That one that Falbin got with the dagger is dead. The others are not dead somehow. They are very close to dead. So the three are going to run up, and Shade, they will enter your range.
Good. I see. I guess we'll just start at the top one. See how that goes. Oh, wait. There we go.
Uh, 18 hits for 9, killing it.
All right. I'm not in my stance yet, so I only
Right.
get the one reaction.
So the other two
So-
will come right up to you and target you. And they have a bite and a claw attack. So the bite attack is a 14. Claw attack is a 15 on that guy. Both miss. Another 14 and a 23 on the claw, which I think hits. Doing 4
What?
slashing damage.
Sorry, it just popped up like a thing, like it activated a thing on me.
Oh,
Oh, no. Okay, that doesn't make sense because that doesn't apply. Okay,
7
Alright.
slashing damage.
7 slashing.
Yep. The other two Velociraptors, Rue, I'm guessing, is up in the air.
Yeah.
Or is he on the ground? Okay. So they're gonna run up to Theo and do the same thing. So a bite and a claw.
I don't like this.
It's a 19 on the bite.
Whoa!
Doing
Hey.
7 piercing.
Because I've set up my reaction things, my shield and my potion.
You have shield?
Yes.
Are you gonna cast shield?
Yes.
Okay. What does that bring your AC up to?
I'll cast it and we'll find out.
Huh.
I assume my AC is automatically updated, or is it not?
I have no
My
idea.
AC is 17 right now, and then
Magus, do you
Then it
know
will
what?
become
Can you say again?
22.
So it adds 5.
okay,
Yeah.
so then
Okay, so
Yes,
it blocks
22.
that 19, and then he'll 22 on the claw, which does meet it and hits. So you'll take 7 from that claw attack, and then the other Velociraptor, that's a 17 to hit, which misses, and a 6 to hit, which misses. So you take a total of 7 in total.
so cool. For each one of those rolls, the thing popped up and told me the roll and which thing I could use.
So cool. All right, but it is your turn now.
70 damage, you said. Well, they're on top of me. If I move away, I'll get attacked, right? Action.
Potentially. Oh, yes.
You misty step.
Hold on. One thing I forgot. The exhaustion would have caused that 22 to actually be a 21, which would have missed due to your shield. So you can get that 7 HP back.
Let's see. I will. I don't want to use my step just yet.
Hi, Katie. Want to say hi?
Reviewing my spell.
This is Chewy.
I think I'm gonna use
Okay.
Shatter.
Shatter. Okay.
Yeah.
Excessive force. On these two near you.
Yeah. I'll put it there.
Yeah, they
So
they die. The shatter sends out a shockwave of sound, and they screech in a very Jurassic Park manner and fall to the ground dead.
And then Rue will Pinion Storm.
10 is gonna
Super.
miss.
Okay, then or I can't summon my ballista on a bonus action. That takes an action, right?
It's an action.
Okay, so then I'll save that for next.
Okay. Shade. Oops.
All right. Well, there's these two guys right in front of me, so I guess I'll just get to swinging. Boop 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 boop. Misses. All right. Oh, I should probably use my bonus to get my echo up.
Oh yeah. Do you need that?
I'm getting it. Don't worry. Yeah, put them over there. All right, and yeah, then I'll use my second attack on the same guy.
Oh,
on this
Yeah,
dude?
that kills him.
Cool. All right. And you know what? I won't quite use incarnation yet, so I'll try and save that for the Tyrexa-dude. And let's see, is this the last raptor? That's a lot.
That's the last one.
Okay, cool. All right, well then Zarion is just gonna take a 5-foot step up. He's gonna attack this dude, and his yeah, he's just gonna bite him.
Yeah, he bites bites the throat right out of this velociraptor and kills it.
Yeah. So yeah, that'll be my turn.
So yeah, and that's everybody. So we'll drop out of combat. Amazing. Cool. So you killed all the velociraptors, and they're dead.
Nice.
How cool is that?
Victory!
So now you have 6 more corpses that you could add if you wanted to.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Oh yeah, we want to.
I would direct
Get 'em.
like I want to put one next to each of the steam vents.
Ooh, okay. You do that. I'm gonna go to the restroom really quick. I'm just gonna pause the recording.
All right.
Or no, I'll leave it going. You guys can, say things.
Yeah, so we drag it over here and slit its throat, and then we drag it over here and slit its throat, and then we drag it over here and slit its throat, here, and then put one right next to it, the other Pachycephalosaurus.
Enough of that. Let's talk about the DM while he's gone.
What do you got to say?
That guy, can you believe the encounters he makes? Absolutely superb. Love him.
Next
Right?
level. Next level.
Next level. Shout out to the DM, everybody. Best DM ever. Goes
It's
above
true.
and beyond.
Can you believe we've been playing this campaign for like 15 months now?
And he's still here making encounters. What a
Still
beautiful,
working on it.
beautiful person.
It's so true.
It's like he enjoys it. Like he's doing something that is fun.
Whoa. Quite impressive.
I'm back.
Oh, we were talking about you.
Oh, cool. Terrifying. Okay, so you have the extra bait set out, and just need to wait
We've
now.
drugged the corpses to make a blood trail that says "Happy Birthday" in Draconic.
Oh, you guys remembered. That's great. So about 45 minutes later, Falbin, with your passive perception, you hear the low thudding footsteps of the T-Rex.
I do like one of those single fingers in the air circle moments, and I'm like, hey, everybody, it's about time.
Cool. And out of the jungle to the north, you see, near the watering hole, you see the T-Rex emerge. And it briefly stops for a little drink in the water. Takes a little drinky drink. And then it's going to cautiously begin to move into the geyser field. You can see it's like sniffing the air and being very careful to not get close to the geysers, and just sort of lumbering. Comes out into the open, and most of you have line of sight as it starts to turns its head and sees the pile of dinosaur corpses, and sniffs in the air, and then sort of sticks its tongue out in appeasement. I don't know what dinosaurs do. And yeah, it's gonna slowly approach this spot. What is you guys' like ambush plan? I guess you don't have to tell me. He eventually gets like here, and is gonna stop and smell again. I'm gonna have him roll a perception check. Why don't we have some stealth rolls, please?
Damn.
You want them from the dragons as well?
No, that's okay. I'm gonna give you a little advice and say that you want this to be high.
Right as Megas rolls.
Okay.
I'm contemplating whether or not to use inspiration.
Uh-huh.
You do.
I think I'm going to use inspiration.
Okay.
Pause for effect intention.
Well, can I use my flash of genius on
Yeah. On
him?
Sure.
That gives you
Ooh,
5.
okay. Then I will use the +5 as well from inspiration instead of re-rolling.
Boom.
Okay. All right. Amazingly, you all fail this stealth check.
Even the 23?
Yes, it literally rolled a 24 on a perception check.
Oh my god.
So the T-Rex, it's looking for movement. It doesn't see any, but it smells something different than the dinosaur corpses on the ground. It smells tiger. It smells dragon. It smells magic potions.
I wore my cologne today.
And it's gonna step forward 20 more feet, and then it's gonna unleash a roar. So we're gonna go ahead and kick off initiative.
Man, I got some low initiatives today.
Okay, we missing anybody? Is that everybody? Okay, that's everybody.
I don't think it is. Yeah.
Oh, Corinna. Can't forget Corinna. Okay, so Falbin, you're gonna go first. You see the T-Rex kind of lower its stance in an aggressive motion, and you know that it senses you.
Yeah, as soon as I see the intent change from kind of curious feasting to I'm more serious, kind of glance at the people near me, and I get ready to chuck my dagger. It's gonna get done. So with that being said, yoink.
21 hits.
And sneak attack, because it hasn't made an attack yet, so it's advantage. And then, yeah, I'm gonna do the one more attack, -5. So this will be a 16 to hit.
Okay, 16 does hit.
Okay. And then I'm going to take a couple steps back, thinking about last time and my life. And then Can I'm a little bit unsure of how this works exactly, but it is it like an action to say fly, or is it just like you're flying? How does that work with your dragon?
I mean, I'll let you decide what their initial position was, whether that's in the air or like perched on a tree or on the ground. And then their motion is just they're either walking or flying. They don't have to like do a takeoff action. They just start flying if they're moving. What are you hoping to do?
Well, I'd really like to get in there and bite it with some purple piercer poison.
Sure.
But a little bit anxious about the damage that I'd probably get hit with. See here. Instead, what I'm going to do is Moonlight Breath.
Okay.
So I guess I need to move up first. So I'm going to fly up to about here, and then Reldris is going to let out her Moonlight Breath, 30-foot, 5-week cone, and it'll be a DC 12 saving throw.
Okay.
Yes. Here. And it'll be
Succeeds on the
half
save.
damage. Half damage on the save.
Okay.
So that'll be 4 damage, I guess. And
Yep.
then I'm gonna have Reldrissa kind of come back in here and hide.
Okie dokie. Megas.
Okay, so first, Gageros is going to fly up. Right about there. And then he's going to use his breath weapon. Which well, okay, one moment while I find it. There. Nope. It rotates so slowly and then so quickly.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a ketchup bottle. I can't get it quite right.
And then all of a sudden it's on your ceiling.
Okay, so fails the dexterity saving throw. 26 fire damage.
Yep. And then Gageros is going to use the remainder of his movement to fly like back up in between these two geysers.
Okay. Awesome.
Then I think I'm gonna go ahead and do another sickening radiance. Sure, why not?
Looks like he's carrying a slice of pizza in his mouth. The T-Rex.
Seriously.
Tyrannosaurus pizza. Yum, yum, yum.
Nummy num num.
All right, and let's see. Did it take effect? I guess it takes effect on its turn.
On its turn.
Okay. Yep, and that will be my turn.
Alrighty. As a legendary action, it is going to take the move action, and it is going to move 55 feet.
Oh.
And
Wow.
and is going to run into
Hi, Theo!
Do.
which also triggers its destructive charge passive.
Why wouldn't it?
So you are going to take 6d6 bludgeoning damage, which is 30, And I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Okay. You said it was
The DC
30?
is 21. Yeah, you take 30 bludgeoning damage. You fail the strength save, so you are now prone. And yeah.
As a reaction, I will use my fancy new ring. Contingency plan.
That's your activation word.
Is that hurt? That's good. That's good.
I'll actually have to roll a potion apparently because the formula I put in not working, so I will use that.
As a reaction, get 13 healing back from the potion of greater healing as your ring gives you the benefits of the potion. That's pretty cool. Look at that. You're fine. It is your turn now. And because you used your reaction before your turn, you actually have it back now.
Aha! Success. I will. See, this is why I saved Misty Step. If I were to use Misty Step, am I still prone with the teleport?
I think we've ruled that yes, you still have to stand up. It
So
retains
I'll stand up and then teleport?
I think standing up still triggers an opportunity attack. No, hold
So
on,
I'd
it
have to
doesn't.
teleport
it doesn't.
That's
while
an
laying
old
down.
ruling. That's an old rule from
Okay.
previous editions.
So I'll
That's a
snap,
3.5 rule.
Yeah, yeah.
and,
Sorry,
and then I'll Misty
I've never even
Step.
played 3.5.
I know, but I've talked to you about that.
Yeah, that's true.
And I will Misty Step. You're right. Aha!
Okay, you better hope that one of those geysers doesn't go off at the end of the round.
Am I in the geyser?
You
I
are
thought I was
10 feet.
between the two
within 10
geysers.
feet of them.
Oh,
If you want to change where you ended up, that's fine.
yes. I would. This would be away from them, right?
That's fine. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll do that then.
Okay.
So my action was to get up, and my bonus action was to Misty Step, so I'm done.
Getting up just costs half your movement. Doesn't cost an action.
So then I can still move half my movement,
Mm-hmm.
and that would be 20 feet. So that would be. I'll move even further to there, and then I will fire upon this rude man.
A 21 hits, doing 16 piercing. Very nice.
And Rue will Repulsion Breath and try to aim it so that he gets pushed back into the sickening radiance.
How far can it push?
Let me double check that real quick.
I think Rue would have to move around him, which is fine. I don't.
Let me double check how. I think it was
Also, the template
no
is about
damage. It's 30 feet away.
Well, no, never mind.
It's pushed 30 feet.
30
What?
feet.
Yeah, it does no damage. It just pushes. So
That's crazy. Okay, I mean, it does succeed.
This visual
on the throw,
image
though.
of like this little dinosaur, this little bird pushing a Tyrannosaurus
pretty
Rex 30
insane.
feet.
I mean, it digs its feet in and does succeed.
would have been cool.
Would have been cool.
So then Rue's gonna run away.
He's gonna take an opportunity attack.
Well, I gotta get away from the damn thing.
Okay, so it'll be a. Oh boy. Target Rue and bite So 32 to hit.
Miss.
Oh, this takes Rue. This is 35 damage.
No.
Rue is down.
That's -3 health.
So Rue is like here, and he's down.
It's not nice. Okay.
Okie doke. So that was its reaction as an opportunity attack. It's going to take another legendary action before its turn. And that legendary action...
I thought you couldn't take legendary actions going into or away from its turn.
It's after another creature's turn.
Oh, okay. All right, never mind then.
Carry on. You know what? It doesn't really care about Rue enough to eat it. Well, hold on.
That's good.
I mean,
Falbin,
all it did was breathe on it, so.
Falbin is close enough, actually. It has a 15-foot move speed. Or, sorry, 15-foot
Hello.
range. So, I think it's going to... it's going to make a tail attack. Well...
Bring it.
Whip it.
No, it'll make a bite attack at Falbin.
Yeah.
That's a 16 to hit, which
Miss.
misses. Okay, so that's its legendary action. Now it's its actual turn, and it's going to use King's Roar. So this is a 60-foot cone. We'll say it misses Rue, but it's going to be all of you guys.
Hello.
Hi. Oh wow! I just hit the.
Constitution
I
saving,
can just
huh?
hit the roll
Yeah.
That's,
and
that neat?
fail.
that's nice.
How
Oh god.
do I do a re-roll based
I
on?
don't want to click it.
Just roll it again manually, and just
Aw,
click
that's
it.
not
It'll
half
be
as
fun.
cool. I'm gonna use a luck point to re-roll.
What's my modifier? Modifier's 4.
Wow!
Yeah. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do much better. That's going to have to be what it is.
Okay, so you guys
Oh,
all
I
take...
guess for Eldrissa too.
Yeah. So you guys will all take 35. Was it? What kind of damage is this? Thunder damage.
Thunder.
And you are deafened.
So is thunder damage lightning damage?
No, it's like thunder. It's sound.
Okay.
I'm going to
Exciting.
use contingency plan.
Okie
If I target
dokie.
myself.
That is its whole action. So once you guys are done entering your damage, Shade, it is your turn.
Cool. Alright, I'm just gonna move my Echo. Let's see. Where's
Just
the?
had to come
that's
fight the
its-
T-Rex.
Yeah, we did.
You know we did. Just gonna move my Echo right on in there. I'm gonna move Jade probably back over here. Let's see. Oh boy. This is gonna be an interesting one. All right. Let's see. That'd be 30 feet. Another 30 feet. Zerion is going to fly around over here to Reldrissa and slap a Cure Wounds on her.
Okay.
So she's looking pretty hurt. And she is a fellow young dragon. Let's see here. I'm trying to decide what I want to attack with, but I guess I'm just gonna start hacking and some slashing on this T-Rex through my echo. Come on, really? Doesn't like this. I'm just, for the sake of being able to hit it, I'm just gonna put shade there, just so it doesn't keep telling me you're out of range. It's like, yes, I know, I have a feature for that.
That's a hit for 16 slashing.
Yep. And a second one is that I'm going to use my Unleash Incarnation to attack again. And since we're on a roll, we're just going to go ahead and say, let's do a... Oh, come on, this is in the way. Where's my... There we go. Yeah, we're just going to action surge it and do that whole thing again.
Nice. 25, another hit for 12. 23, another hit for 11.
Use another Unleash Incarnation.
Insane.
And attack again.
Another hit for 7. Nuts.
And that will, oh, yeah, and my bonus action to enter my stance.
Jeez. Okay. Very nice. As a legendary action, it is going to use its tail to attack, well...
yeah, I should have moved him back. Shade's actually back here.
So it's going to attack your Shade.
Yep.
24 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
So your Shade is gone.
Yeah, so that's not there anymore.
It's Corinna's turn. She actually can just hit it from where she is. So she's going...
Nice being a sniper.
Right? So she's going to steady aim and get an extra 5 damage. She's also going to mark it with her new bow. So that'll be a... let's see, what was the stats of that bow? If it was a +1 or not, I can't remember. No, it's not. So it's just be the regular longbow attack. That's an 18, which hits, doing 7, but also an additional 5, and then the mark is a single magic missile. Yeah, okay, so that's a 1d4 plus what? +2? What is it normally?
I think it's normally +1.
+1, yeah. Okay, so that's a full 4, so another 5. And then she will attack again, hitting it for another 12.
Woo!
And then she'll action surge, because, you know, why not? And then another hit, 26 for... Let's see, does the steady aim... Yeah, that's each of its attacks, so it's adding 5 to each of these. So
Nice.
that's 14 additional damage, and then one more longbow attack. A 24 to hit, just raining. So another total of 12 damage. What was that, like? Yeah, 4 arrows and a multi-attack, or and a magic missile. Hell yeah. After Corinna, the T-Rex is going to chomp at Falbin, their ancient foe, and so that'll be a bite attack at Falbin, who is deaf.
How many legendary actions has it used so far?
This turn, this is the second legendary action it's used. I'm going to use my DM inspiration and roll that again.
You!
And it misses.
Actually, I'm pretty sure it's used 3 legendary actions up until this point. It used 1 to move, 1 to make an attack against Theo, and then 1 to make an attack against Shade's Echo after Shade's turn.
Right, but it got all its legendary actions back when its turn came around.
Yeah.
And
Magus
it just had its turn right before Shade.
Yep.
Right.
So it's fresh up on legendary actions.
Yeah. I will say, though, that the Bite legendary action costs 2, and it has a total of 3, so it's out now. But yeah, but the bottom of the round, we're going to roll a, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Somebody roll a D8, and we'll just go in clockwise order, this guy at the top being number 1 in terms of the geysers going off.
D8. Oh, Paulman's got it.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's the one right next to Gagaros. So he's gonna take no fire damage, but this geyser goes off, and there's gonna be 1d10 of thunder damage, which is 1. Cool.
Oh no!
Oh no, Falbin. Falbin, you... Let's see. Well, you can't hear, but you still have good perception. You see up in the air a flock of pteranodons approaching.
Given how close I am to Magus, I kind of like slap him and point to the sky. And then I'm gonna ignore that. I am going to use an action to coat my dagger of venom. And then I am going to action surge and attack with said dagger of venom.
Okay.
Strike. And I miss. And then I am going to want to double check what this thing is here. Mashid is fighting me. I am going to use my bonus action to disengage.
Okay.
And then I'm
smart.
gonna go like, you know, over here. That would be 30 feet right there. I guess there. And then Reldrissa. Eek. Remind me, you can't. Can you disengage? How does normal disengage work when you're not a rogue?
It's an action.
It's an action.
For you, it's a bonus action.
Fancy. Okay. Reldrissa's going to step up and then use Moonlight Breath again. Shrink.
The T-Rex fails. Wow.
Nice.
So that's
That's gonna
18
do-
damage.
18. Very nice.
And then Reldrissa is going to take over here. And that will be the... Actually, what would it be to, like, pick Rue up? Would that be an action?
You've already used your bonus action. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean for Reldrissa.
Oh, for Reldrissa. I probably an action since Rue is in his like big heavy form.
Okay. Since Regis is not real strong, I'm not real confident that she's going to even be able to carry him. So I'm gonna move on. That'll be the end of my turn.
Okay. I didn't realize they would roll so well on initiative, but we'll just have them go after Falbin. There are 6 pteranodons that are beginning to circle in over the chaos, and they're going to fire like darts down at you guys. So let's see. I'm just going to roll against Shade. That's a 14, which is a miss.
That'll miss.
Against Magus, that's a 9. Jeez, against Falbin as a 7. Against Theo is as a 6. Jeez. And against Corinna is a 17, which hits actually. And so she is going to roll a Constitution save.
Ooh. Glad we didn't get hit.
She fails and falls asleep.
Oh God!
And she
No!
actually, you see her fall out of this tree, and she's gonna take 3d6 bludgeoning damage as she falls, which is 9. Which does wake her up.
Well, that's
but-
good.
Yeah, because she took damage. Okay, so Magus.
Okay, how many of these pteranodons are there? I'm only seeing 3 on the map.
There are 6. They're just small. They're in like a
Okay, I see them
hexagon.
now. Okay.
And they're about like 30, 40 feet up in the air kind of thing.
Right. So first, I think I'm going to roll to see if Gageros regains his breath weapon.
Okay.
He does not. So I think he's just going to go on a cycle, and he's just going to go after these abyssal pteranodons.
Okay.
So he's going to fly
can
toward this one that's
intercept with
nearest to
that.
him, and he's going to bite it.
Nyar.
Why does it say that my target was 45 feet away? It's right next to me.
I don't know.
Oh, do you have your main token selected rather than Gageros?
No, I have mine. Whatever, I'm just going to do basic. I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I don't think you have the Pteranodon targeted. I think you have something else targeted. You have the dinosaur, the T-Rex targeted. There you go. Gageros flies up and just, I already said bites the throat out, sort of grabs onto the back and rips the wings off the Pteranodon entirely.
Woo!
And the Pteranodon is dead. And the lizard folk on top of it falls to his death.
Ah, yes. He will continue his movement and go up and start menacing this one.
Okay.
Actually, no, he's gonna Shade. No, yeah, he's gonna look after Shade.
Sure.
He's gonna. Meanwhile, Magus, I think I want to incentivize this T-Rex to leave. And so
Falcon's like, no.
I think that I am going to cast a new one that I haven't cast yet. And I am going to cast Dawn. And all of my allies in the circle are going to be immune.
What does Dawn do?
I'm immune.
It's an instantaneous 4d10 radiant on a failed Constitution save and half on a successful one.
Okay. The T-Rex rolls a 23.
That succeeds, so it takes 14 radiant damage.
Okay. Nice. And is it's very bright. It's very bright.
You see Zarion just kind of like spread his wings a little bit to catch as much as he can.
A creature also must make the saving throw when it ends its turn in the cylinder. Okay, so if he ends
Right,
its turn
so it
there-
needs to run or it's going to get hurt again.
Okay, good call. Good call. Very cool. Theo.
I think it's time to shoot some people
Yep.
with healing.
Oh!
Ooh-hoo! Oh! You all got missed.
And you missed.
I don't think that's how it works.
So it does an AoE. Everybody in that circle gets 7 healing, including Rue, who's back alive or conscious.
Wow. That's fancy.
Very nice. Theo's over
Magus
here.
is now at 41 hit points.
Nice. Theo's here playing Overwatch.
I think you went the wrong way with your health there.
Oh God.
Yeah,
I think. What happened?
I think I reduced it to 7 rather than adding.
Well, it shows you at 3.
Yeah, I don't know what I was before. I
You
think
had
it was
before.
30.
You were in the yellow.
I think it was 30 is yellow, right? Yeah, 30 is what I was.
Okay.
And then so it'd be 37. Maybe
Nice.
it just dropped the things and it just moved it down to 3.
Yeah. Okay, so you heal everybody a little. Rue is back up and can act. He can probably wants to disengage.
Yes, he would definitely want to
I don't wanna
retreat.
steal your So Rue flies away to safety. You still have a bonus action if you want to do anything with that.
Not really much I can do. I suppose I could mark him. Haven't done that in a while.
Yep.
Target. Then mark.
Okay. So the T-Rex is now marked.
Get marked.
It is T-Rex's turn now. Magus, you're up in a tree, right?
That is correct.
Okie dokie.
Fight.
And I will dance around the trunk like a squirrel if I have to.
Is the echo up or not?
No, Echo's not up.
Okay.
He already slapped
Just
that with
gonna
his
move it
tail.
back away. The T-Rex is gonna back up a little bit, and then lower his head and charge at the tree, the base of the tree that Magus is in. And so.
Oh boy.
The tree is knocked over, and I need you to make a. Well, let's see. It doesn't hit you, but you're, I'm gonna say, like 30 feet in the air, like Corinna was.
I am in a falling tree as it falls over.
Yes. So go ahead and roll if you want to use your reaction to roll an acrobatics check to try to reduce damage, you can. Like try to ride the tree down or something.
I'm yelling timber.
I write it down and it
It's a
looks
19.
awesome.
It does. So we'll do half of this 3d6. So you'll take 7 bludgeoning damage. And you are not prone.
I'm just picturing this as like a faster Captain Jack Sparrow landing at the docks, so like
Yeah.
the trees coming down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you are on the ground though, directly in front of the T-Rex, and it is
There's
going.
nothing bad about this.
Nope, it's gonna try to bite you. Oops.
This is fine. This is okay.
That's a 30 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
You take 42 piercing damage.
And Magus is unconscious.
You are also grappled in the teeth of this Tyrannosaurus.
This is fine.
What could go wrong?
He's now going to
Swallow.
with the rest of his movement move out of the circle.
Oh, well, the circle ended when Magus fell
the
unconscious.
Right. Okay. So then I'll move that template. He's gonna move up with Magus in his teeth still. Move up to Theo and Falbin, and he's gonna slap.
No!
I'm gonna roll a d6. If it's high, it hits Falbin. If it's low, it hits Theo. That's gonna be Falbin.
Uh-huh.
So there's a tail attack, rolling a 19.
As a miss.
That's a miss. Okay. Its turn is over, but it has its legendary actions back. Magus is in its teeth. Shade.
Oh boy. Oh yeah. All right. Let's see here. I can move. So that's.
I'm
what
glad
gonna do.
y'all were supportive of this moment.
And then I'm gonna use my bonus action to put up my echo right there. And it's facing like over towards Rue and
Yeah.
Theo, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So cool.
Cool.
Well,
Cut its tail.
first thing, Zarion's gonna try to use his radiant breath without trying not to hit Magus. So he's angling it towards like its haunches and tail type thing. For the first of all, let's see, how do you spin it? Where'd it go? What? Place measure template. Alright, so I put it there and like, how do I spin it?
So
It just
if you get the measurement controls tool out and then click on the base and then hold shift and use your mouse wheel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Ooh. It's not.
Oh.
It's not doing it.
Here, I got it.
Yeah. Something like that. Yeah, like that. Yeah.
I got you.
All right. So, does it? It's supposed to do
sorry.
something.
Radiant breath. Yeah, I'm guessing it's a save.
Okay, now it's trying to place it again because I clicked the place
I'll
thing.
have it roll the
Never
save.
mind.
It's DC 13
Yeah, well.
Constitution save. Rolls a 24.
Okay. Well, then he takes half as much of the 4d10.
Okay.
It won't let me. It's not moving forward, but okay. So I'll just roll 4d10.
Yeah.
There's the 10. 100 for. And he
16,
takes
so
half of
8.
that, so he's 8. 8 radiant damage.
Nice. Okay.
And then let's see here. Then, come on, let me. Why can I not? It won't let me go back to select tokens. I just delete that. There we go. What the? It's like I'm stuck in the Radiant Breath thing. It won't let me do anything else. Come on. Come on, select tokens. I can't change my selector tool.
Uh-oh.
I'm just gonna refresh for you. Just give me a second.
Anything I can help with?
With that, I mean, I know it'll probably trigger an attack of opportunity, but Zarion's going to lap away to join Gagaris, trying to take care of the
it'll be a tail attack, but yeah, so
he's just gonna go zoop. Whoa, not all my tokens. Whoa. Hey, whoa, hey.
So
Whoa,
24 to hit on the tail attack.
Yep, so he'll take that.
35 bludgeoning damage.
All right.
Make a strength saving throw.
Okay. All right. Let me get to Zuriel.
You're only injured with 35 lost.
Because we're fighting in a creature with legendary actions, he has plus 10 hit points, so he's got 85 hit points right now.
Wow.
Okay, so you failed the saving throw. So,
let me guess, he's back here.
No. So it like an MLB like batter, the T-Rex just batters up and knocks Zarion 15 feet past where he like would be going.
Okay, so he's out here.
Yeah.
Just goes flying past the Tyrannosaur.
Yeah.
Alright.
That's it.
All right.
That's it.
Cool. Alright, well, I'm going to have to put Shade here, no, here, just so it does it correctly. Now, Shade is attacking through his Echo. Do I have the two? There it goes. T-Rex targeted, and I am attacking it with my glaive.
23 hits, doing
1.
13.
That's 2. Unleash an Incarnation. And do that a third time.
Yep. Another 8 damage. This thing's looking pretty bad.
Here, so sorry, I'm just gonna move Shade around, trying to get him over into a position.
I just want to bring up, if you wanted to have Zarion fly away, because doesn't he have to be within a certain range to get his tattoo effect?
Yeah, but that's like 200 feet or something like that. So he's
okay.
Basically, as long as he's on the map, he's good. Shade's gonna move over here to try and get closer over to allies. Yeah, and I think that will end my turn.
Okay, as a legendary action, the T-Rex is going to swallow Magus.
Who could have foreseen?
And I am actually going to do a thing that it was going to do this with the pile of dinosaurs if it had the opportunity, but if it swallows something, it's going to get health back. So it's going to get 20 HP back from swallowing Magus.
Does it get extra because he's hedonistic?
No, I don't think so.
Extra flavoring.
So that's its legendary action, and then
how's it going, Magus? You still got your sending stone?
Corinna's gonna do her whole move again. So steady aim, which she has 3 times a day. She's gonna go ahead and use it all, and that's gonna be 4 longbow attacks. That's a hit. That's a miss. That's a miss.
It even has the arrows go like different places on the map. That's so cool.
That. Yeah.
And a miss. I think it's outside her normal range. So so it's gonna do a total of 15 Oops, not on Corinna.
Remember, Corinna's on the ground. She could have moved closer too.
Oh,
if
she
that
could
would
have
have changed her range. So
Yeah, she would have. She would have run closer. Okay, so that would change that to a hit, and that would have been a crit. Okay, so all right.
Ooh.
So we're gonna math this.
I mean, she took the damage of falling. She might as well get perks from it.
It's another 12 from that one, and then a crit would be 8 plus 6, which is 14. Plus, hold on. Oh yeah, so 14 plus 5, so 19. And then the D4 plus 1 magic missile, so that's another 4. Oh, you know what? I had her action surge. She only has 1 action surge. So I'm gonna have her keep the crit, but it's gonna get back. It's gonna get back 10. Okay, and after her turn, it's going to use its legendary action to move its speed. So it's going to try to run out, which is going to prompt some opportunity attacks.
Come on, drop it.
All right. I wanna hit it.
I think Falbin and Theo and Rue also get an opportunity attack.
Yes. Yes, please.
Will not
Die!
help you with your assessment.
Blocked by a wall.
What?
Yeah, it's because you moved it first. It's like considered out of range and through a wall.
Oh, here, sorry. I'll move it back.
I missed. I would like to use an inspiration to re-roll my attack.
Okay.
I would like to use luck to reroll my.
Okay,
Oh,
never
no.
mind. I badly missed.
I would like to use luck to reroll.
No!
Holy shit! I would like to use inspiration to reroll.
What is that? A 9, a 9,
Oh my god!
and an 11?
Oh,
wait, so an 8, a 9, a 9, and an 11. Oh my
I
god.
don't-
and
It's
he's got a
left
plus
if I need
6. So like, oh wow.
Okay, Rue will save us.
Falbin does
Is this a
hit.
sneak attack, by the way?
It is sneak attack.
Okay, let's throw that out.
Oh,
there.
and it's a 12 from Rue. Oh no.
So 14 more.
So 14, what was the initial damage?
11, 25 from Falbin.
Okay. Still up.
Feeling great, guys.
Cool. So so
See
he's
ya.
running. He's running. Okay, it's the Pteranodon's turns, and this one's gonna shoot at Zerion. That's gonna be a 13 to hit, which misses. This one's gonna shoot at Corinna, which is a 21, which hits. So she's gonna roll Constitution again, and she fails, and she falls asleep. Oh no!
I'm laughing. Just like everyone else is just like not bothered by this. They're just getting their good.
This one nat 1s against Gigeros, and then there's one more. This one's gonna fly in and shoot at Shade. That's 18, which misses. Falbin.
Misses. Yep.
Ruling about proximity of unconscious individuals procking sneak attack.
I think they gotta be conscious. Plus,
Okay.
he's
I'm in its
swallowed.
stomach.
It's-
and I'm
It's a very fair ruling. I just want to point out that this is not the first time I've had an ally in the stomach of an enemy that we were fighting.
Yeah, that's
So-
pretty.
Yeah, but the last one was actively giving him heartburn.
It's true. I'm trying. For some reason, Reldrissa's token disappeared. I don't know
Oh
why.
gosh.
I guess I
There you
I
go.
could probably go. Oh, there she is. And I think she was down to like 13 health or something.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to run forward 30 feet. And then I'm going to target, and at the same time, Reldrissa's going to fly forward full 60 feet. 45. And she's going to bite with purple worm poison.
Okay.
So this. And I'm going to inspiration +5 that.
Okay, which will hit.
17 to hit. Purple worm poison. It's a DC 19 Constitution saving throw.
Okay, so it's going to take the bite damage first, which is 19. Con saving throw.
And he's a 19.
Rolls a 24.
Okay, so it takes half. Half of 8d6. So roll 8d6.
Roll well.
So half of that. 10 more.
How do you finish the Dire Tyrannosaurus Rex?
Yeah. Reldrissa flies in, and as she's flying in, you see the purple worm poison start to like coalesce and then drip from her fangs, and she bites into the neck of the pteranodon, sort of flying up and around it, and it is quite upset by that and falls over, and it's done.
Yes, it is. Magus's trouble is not yet over. Falbin, what are you doing?
Seeing the T-Rex fall, I would close and I would start cutting out the belly of the T-Rex to free Magus.
Okay. Do you have multiple attacks?
I do not have any more action surge. I have not used my action this round.
Okay. You can do a bonus offhand attack though, right?
That is correct, with a -5.
Okay.
So we've been rolling that.
Go ahead and roll both of those. I'm going to say you need both of them to hit to get Magus out in this turn.
How do you want me to roll that? Because I get like various bonuses depending on which weapon I'm using and stuff.
It's up to you which weapon you use.
Okay, well, I'd get to it with rebound dagger, I guess.
So I'm going to say you have no trouble hitting, but
The first one's a crit.
That's a crit.
And,
okay.
22.
Yeah, so you slice open. You've sharpened your blade well today, and you make a very long incision in the side of the T-Rex, and Magus's unconscious form comes spilling out. But you have used your action and bonus action.
I have, so I'm gonna pat him on the head and yell out that we might want to get this man some medication, and that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay. So Magus, we're gonna have you roll your first death saving throw, please. Which is a fail. Okay. Theo, there are still.
Oh, I would also rule that Gagaros is going to go after another one of the Pteranodons.
Oh, sure, yeah. So there's this one here. That's the closest. There's also this one that was shooting Corinna.
And for some reason, my map stopped working like a turn ago. So
Okay.
I'm just going to move toward the nearest one.
Yep.
And I'm going to attack it.
Perfect. I'm really glad that you got out of the stomach, because it was going to do acid damage to you at the start of its turn, even though it was dead. So that would have meant two failed death saves.
Ew.
And with you failing yours, that would have been it. I've upset him.
Yeah.
Quit.
Yeah, so like
Do you need assistance with attacking with Gigaros?
all right, am I in again?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for some reason everything has stopped working for me, so just have Gigeros go to the nearest one and bite it if you can.
Sure, that's a 19, killing it.
Woo!
All right, Theo, you see Falbin has extracted Magus out of the T-Rex, but he's still down. What are you doing?
Attacking the farthest one with my rifle.
Okay, this
Gotta
one.
take out these. Yeah.
Oh, and that's a crit.
Mine.
Nice.
You go through the side of the head and take both eyeballs out in one shot,
As one should.
as one should, and take every eyeball to the most. Okay, anything else?
I was gonna get as close as possible while not being on event. And Pinion Storm, the other one.
10 is a miss.
And miss.
The T-Rex is dead. Shade and Zerion.
All right, Zerion, seeing that Megas is in need of healing, he's just gonna zoop as far back as he can, which is 120 feet. I guess he'll take a attack of opportunity from the Pteranodon.
Yeah.
flying past it.
Yeah, bite attack 12, miss.
Yep. Shade will. Let's see. I can move 35 feet, and he will do. How much do I have? This is a 60 feet. I'll use Healing Word on Magus.
Oh, nice. Magus comes back up with 7.
Nope,
that-
25.
Yeah, that. Yeah.
Crazy.
Feeling good.
Okay, Corinna
Yeah.
is asleep and continues to sleep. And then the last Pteranodon, I think, is gonna take its leave and fly away. And we'll drop out of combat.
All right.
Okay, so Magus, you're back up, and you guys have a dead Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Yeah, I mean, seeing that Magus is good to go, gonna kind of pat him on the back and then get to work on harvesting the T-Rex.
After he pats me on the back, and as he turns away, like I'm going to like grab his shirt collar and pull him around, and I'm not going to look directly into his eyes because that's a bad idea, but I'm going to like be looking at his forehead, and I'm going to say, I think this is the last time that we take an unnecessary risk because your pride got hurt.
I think Falbin would say something along the lines of, "This was not a choice I made alone," and go about harvesting the animal.
Okay. All right. Corinna eventually wakes up, unless one of you guys wakes her up. And she's got two of these little darts with these bright purple and green feathers.
Shade and Zerion would have gone to wake her up to make sure she's okay.
Yeah. Cool. She says, like, I mean, they weren't attacking the T-Rex. I'm guessing they wanted it for themselves, maybe?
I have no idea, but either way, they were not exactly an enjoyable accompaniment on this excursion. You all right?
I'm okay. Yeah, that fall was. I liked the little nap, but the fall was a little rough. No, we're okay. We're okay. Wow, this thing is huge up close.
Yes, it is.
You should see it from the inside.
I saw that. Are you okay?
Mostly.
This is not the first giant beast that you've been, made a dinner of.
Yeah, that seems to be happening. Turns out I'm not the best at fighting one large thing. I'm best at fighting a lot of little things.
Okay, well, Falbin, what did you find the T-Rex parts?
Yeah, there's not a lot, but there's something. Put it into loot here, just a second.
All right, Tim. Good luck, man, and we'll see you. We'll see you next time.
See you next time.
See ya.
Let's see. Tyrannosaurus Rex, the claws and the jawbone. I mean, these are +2 weapons. That's pretty good.
I was kind of excited about the glaive because I don't know if that's useful for Fate or not, but
Could be useful for
I mean,
somebody.
I've already got a pretty good glaive, but can never have too many weapons.
Okay, so why don't you roll, what is it, the nature check to appraise it first, and then,
We're just feeding Shade's great axe addiction.
yeah, I always forget the beginning part because it's different types do different things. Let me pull up my folder. I've got some notes here.
I would like to point out that I think, according to Hammond's, at least the source I was reading is correct, the jawbone does weigh like 100 pounds.
Oh yeah, it's
Correct.
huge. It's huge.
Which I think is just great.
Okay, so it's appraising first, which it is
Yeah, I've got it here. So I guess it would be a beast.
it's a beast. Yep, so that's a
Okay,
nature
yeah.
check.
So that'd be a nature check, which is gonna.
So it's
gonna
8
go
plus the CR of 16.
Wow.
And then, is anyone helping me with this?
Yeah, I mean, Krena would help if you want, and
She's probably got a better bonus than just about anybody else.
because what you need.
So
you
then,
need
what
a
I'd be rolling the appraisal
24?
advantage then?
Yeah, advantage. Oh, that's a 30. Very nice. Okay, so you gain full knowledge of the useful harvesting materials, and then you would, you're doing a harvesting check of a beast, which is a dexterity ability check, and proficiency in nature if you have it.
I guess I'm kind of confused about how I would roll that.
So just roll a dexterity, just a regular dexterity check, and then you'll get your proficiency in nature if you are proficient in nature.
And if I have expertise, do I add?
Yeah, you get
expertise?
your nature bonus.
Okay. So this, and then my expertise in nature is
Like
a
plus 8.
12.
Or, jeez, okay.
So 20, 23.
23, yeah. So you're able to appraise the claw and the jawbone, and you are able to successfully extract both of those. With a bit of reinforcement, the claw can be forged into a glaive capable of rending even the toughest armors, craftable into a +2 glaive. And the jawbone, capable of devouring even other dinosaurs, a prize for felling a mighty foe, can be crafted into a powerful great axe. So that's a +2 great axe.
Sweet. I would opt to put these into the bag of holding, I think.
Yeah, I think there's room. I have no idea.
There's a room. I have 2 large chests.
Yeah. Yeah, there's room, I think. Okay, cool. Well done. If you want to take more, like, you could. I mean, I guess if you wanted to
T-Rex steaks.
Yeah, I mean, like, feel free to take whatever you want that would be, like, you know, that you would just have for food or for a trophy, you know, like, that's not mechanical, that's just for fun.
I mean, does the jawbone kind of like includes the teeth and stuff, right?
Yeah,
I definitely want some upper teeth.
for sure, yeah.
Falvin's got like one of the teeth, and he's like comparing it to the holes in your chest. He's like, this one, you can have this one.
Thanks.
Sentimental value. Could we like skin some of the leather or something?
Yeah.
Like, that would be cool. Like,
Sure. I mean, yeah. I would lean towards yes, cutting up some of the meat that we can bring back to the ship for sharing. Maybe have like a feast. I know that when Magus has near-death events, he likes to live life back up. So maybe we're gonna have a feast when we get back. Between freeing the Titan and killing the King of the Jungle and all this, we have some things to celebrate.
Indeed. I think you know, you guys can harvest anything you like, and then it'll probably take you the better part of the day to get back to the village and pick up well, to stop by the cave first and then go back to the village to get Aesop.
Oh, would have forgot him.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, well, you've solved my T-Rex puzzle. Well done. And we'll just sort of shorthand that you guys go back to the cave and get Theagenes and Steros and Nameless, and then and head back. And you reach the village shortly before nightfall. So it's like maybe 7 in the afternoon, evening. And yeah, let's see. I need some like no.
Fire dance music.
Yeah, this isn't quite. Yeah, I want fire dance music, but I don't have any. Anyway, so you are greeted in the jungle near the outskirts of the village by some of the lizard folk scouts, and they blow a horn to announce that you are returning. And yeah, the wooden gates open, and you do smell a feast in progress.
I mean,
So yeah, what's going on here?
Yeah, so they're Kyra leans over and says, while you guys stopped for a break, I ran over and told them that what happened and that to get a feast ready.
Well, I'm glad I could make it.
Yeah, so they're the shaman and the queen greet you. Aesop is, you know, thronged by lizard folk telling stories. Bisque gives you a friendly nod from a distance, and the queen asks you sort of what happened.
Starting with, I guess, where we left the village, we'd recount, going through the forest, getting ambushed, and then making it like the cave, and of course we introduce Rodrissa. And
the camp like quickly falls pretty quiet as they see this dragon, and the queen says something to the effect of like, "I can't believe such a creature was here all along."
Well, she did seem to be rather well hidden.
She thanks you for being the ones to find her and take such good care of her, as opposed to potentially somebody else.
You could tell that Rodrissa's like a little shy of all the attention.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah,
believe like there was one of our guides did make it back once we were dropped off at the caldera.
Oh,
so,
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
He is back and runs up and thanks you all, and
Yeah, I mean, then we'd recount, heading up to the caldera, kind of the fight with that, and that we defeated but left the king alive, and so it's like that might be a problem later, but that's a lizard folk problem.
the
he
shaman,
knows that the Titan doesn't like him.
the shaman leans in towards the queen and just says like that was a risk leaving him alive. We might come to regret that as a tribe.
Shade would point out that, we basically told him that the Titan knows effectively him and that he was worshipping Sidon. So it might take care of itself if he doesn't mend his ways.
Huh, okay. Well, the queen actually sort of interjects and, sort of rebuffs the shaman's hesitation and just emphasizes that diplomacy is what we should be trying to do anyway. Like this endless power struggles between tribes gets us nowhere. And so she thanks you for your discretion.
Oh, yeah. Shade would also mention, just kind of as an aside, that there were a lot of effectively infant salamanders in the caldera that we kind of left alone, and like maybe when they start, I don't know what dealings, like conversations or anything with the Titan and such, somebody might need to help, or maybe should help take care of them as they grow.
Okay. Yeah, she takes note of that. And
it's like, I think we killed all but one of the adult salamanders because they attacked us.
So they'll probably be fine, but well, they may have had to evacuate the volcano, even though the heat, they're fine around, but
Titans and all that.
Yeah. So the shaman asks, like, well, so you release this deity, like what do we do now? Like, have we not been worshiping it correctly? Like, what do we do?
Her name is Chalkia.
Chalkia.
And yeah, like she will accept your deference, but know that you have been worshipping her afar and without understanding. She is willing to abide over this island. But approach her with humility, as I know you will. Let her instruct you.
She nods. Very well. She says, "Well, we have a feast begun. Please stay and enjoy it in thanks for your help to our tribe, to your actions to further peace between the tribes, and for your heroics in hunting a great beast."
And like she doesn't mention like the freeing of their god.
Oh, sorry. Yes. Also that. All of the above. There's a lot to be thankful for, and for for bringing them the company of dragons for the first time in a very long time, and for saving a new life. Yeah, there's a ton. They regret that the chocolate milk has been all consumed, and
Somehow
there's none of that left.
I guess we'll survive. It'll still be a good celebration.
Yes. They unfortunately have no animals that produce milk, like in their village, so they just ask that someday if you would bring more back.
Oh, yes. Yes, that can be arranged. For certain.
All right. Well, there is. Are you guys comfortable to spend the evening here, or do you want to return to the ship tonight?
We basically, you said it's already like 7 p.m. and it would be a couple hours at least to hike back to the ship. So I figure probably good to spend the night here is what I'm thinking. Does anybody have a different opinion?
That seems reasonable to me.
Cool. Falbin, there's a lot of interest in the T-Rex parts that you recovered, and Theo, there's an exotic bird prepared under a there's like a little metal dome thing that they pull off, and there's this exotic bird steaming underneath for you, and the dragons each have like a table of honor that is set for them, and there's a lot of food, there's a lot of music and dancing, and I think we'll wrap there, but feel free to, if there's anything that you want to do or say or take care of.
I'm gonna go over to the shaman.
Okay.
And I'm going to say, so you were wondering how best to worship Chalkia, right?
He nods.
Hold on, let me ask her. I cast Ascending.
Okay.
And I say, Chalkia, Titan of Fire Island, the green-scaled Jade Stalkers humbly wish to ask how to best worship you.
There is a low rumble in the ground, and then way off in the distance there is a vast, or a massive explosion of magma out the top of the volcano, and then a titanic form rises up through the volcano's mouth. Hard to see in detail, but the arms stretch out, and the voice says, then behold. And I think we'll end there.
The island starts to fracture.
We're gonna make 4 islands, 1 for each of you.
It's great.
Cool. Yeah. All right. Well, that's where we will stop. And what did you guys like? What did you not like? What did you hate? What was the worst thing about this session?
Oh, probably
I'm not
Magus
saying that
getting eaten.
eaten was a high necessarily.
It was dramatic.
It was indeed.
I don't know if you caught this, Gray, because I think you hopped out for a minute. But since you failed your death save, had Falbin not cut you out, the acid in the stomach of the T-Rex would have given you 2 automatic death saves, and that would have killed you.
Oh, I'm aware.
Okay.
At that point, I would have been asking around for inspirations to re-roll that death save.
Sure.
Arms for the poor please.
It's a tough creature. It's very tough.
Listen, I don't know how the wizard became the tank of the party, but
I wouldn't say.
Started when you chose to be in the tree. I mean,
well, and so if I hadn't been so like telegraphy about it just knocking over trees without any problem, I maybe wouldn't have done that. But I was like, you know what? He's been knocking over dozens of trees all day. This is not a problem at all.
it wasn't the tree.
Right. I just mean like knocking you out of the tree, basically. But yeah, so but that was cool. I liked I really wish that repulsion breath from Rue would have worked. That would have been really cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
Because it would have put him back in the Sickening Radiance. Oh man. Corinna did good work. Shade, you had a really good hack and slash run there.
I know. I was like, ooh, this is actually working. How it's supposed to.
Yeah, that was tight. I liked how the dragons were taking care of like the air threats. I think that was a strategic move.
Yeah.
So what would have happened if T-Rex had gotten off screen?
Well, would have had a dead Magus in its belly.
Yes, Magus is dead.
I mean, you would have had to, catch up to it and, resurrect Magus.
Wow.
I mean, it's a strong creature. I wasn't going to hold back.
Wow.
Yeah, that's it would have been interesting.
Yeah, I might juice up the the harvest stuff a little bit, since in Hammond's that's for just a straight up T-Rex, but this is a dire T-Rex, so I think there should probably be a little more, like a little more tangible reward for going out of your way and beating this. So I'm gonna look at some stuff and probably give you a little more than what you got.
I love that idea.
Yeah.
What did I roll? We should go back and
You rolled a
message that
30 on the appraisal
for the appraisal, yeah. But
and then
for the
like a
harvest,
24 I think for the harvest.
23.
23. So I'll give you at least something that's a DC 20.
I'll just write that in the chat so we got that.
Figure something out. Well, cool. What should we name this guy?
Belly of the Beast.
Ooh. I like that.
Ooh.
That's very good. T-Rect.
Oh my gosh. I think that's
Extinction event.
Extinction event.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do a /R 1d3 I might just veto and choose Belly the Beast because I like that a lot. I like Belly the Beast because like if you haven't watched the episode, it's just like, oh, cool, and if you have, it's like, oh no. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do Belly the Beast. All right, for next time, I guess just any closing business with the lizard folk. If there's anything that I should prep ahead for, like for Aesop, like anything that he maybe would have been talking about with the lizard folk. And then are we moving on to Scorpion Island next?
That was the plan.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm on board with Scorpion Island. Bookkeeping wise, I would have given the strange ingot to Theo for investigation.
Yeah.
So.
I'll say that given enough time, you've had enough time. It is a star metal ingot. Have we had one of those before?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't believe so.
So this is a new thing, and I'll say it's something that none of you have seen before. But we'll get into its properties next time. That is one ingot of star metal. It's very rare.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Negus briefly considers trying to hook up with one of the lizard people, but then seeing how they treated their dead, he reconsiders and doesn't want to try his luck.
Yep. Immediately remembers the zero hesitation cannibalism. Yeah. It's an honor to be eaten.
They say.
They say.
They say.
Don't forget, Davey, to take the legendary benefits for Zerion for taking out the T-Rex. So I'll say that during this feast, Zerion can portray the final moments of the final minute of the fight.
Well, that's kind of what I was like gonna go for. If we'd had a little bit more time, is like during the feast, he would have been like look down. Is like, wait, what is this thing on like my? And start like what's this, and then start kind of messing around with it, and then just like suddenly hologram.
Yeah, I mean that happens. I'll say that absolutely. This is the best time possible for that to happen, and Zerion cements himself in legend in the eyes of the lizard folk. Okay, well there's a lot of like long-term stuff that will come from the actions here on this island, but I enjoyed this. We're gonna move on to a completely different thing, but I think this was sort of a fun side chapter.
Yep.
Yeah, and I mean, if we had left the T-Rex, we would have always wondered.
You would have wondered, yeah. You would have always wondered, and like that's been like months in the making.
Next time, I think the lesson is don't let him get away.
Don't let him get away. Yeah. It would have been interesting fighting it in the tar pits as well.
Yeah.
I just kept thinking, man, if we could get it coated with tar and then the fireball.
Yeah, because that was gonna make its movement like essentially nil if in the tar. So because so much of its strength is its ability to just like plow through stuff. But
Just worried that like depending on how the tar pits worked, we would be getting stuck in the tar.
Yeah, it was
right.
possible.
They were basically like, I can show you what it looked like. So they were basically just like little. I gotta put tokens out for you. Lighting, global illumination, activate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's like little islands that you would have to like try to jump between, or like Theo was saying, like lay down logs to form little bridges.
See, it's just crazy to me that like you even had two maps.
That's why I was up till 2:30 last night. I wanted to give you some options in. I have a third map actually.
Really?
Yeah. So I was like, if they just insist on going to its lair, I was gonna have that be an option as well. So
Oh, wow.
let me make this lighting global. So yeah, it had a little lair as well. Bada boom.
That's
Nice.
so cool.
Yeah. I didn't.
Dedication, man.
I try not to railroad you. You know. I almost felt like
Do a
I
good
was.
job of it.
Thank you. I almost felt like I was when I was like sort of guiding those like scouting checks and stuff. But I really just wanted to give you the information that your characters would have to make a decision. But yeah, so.
Yeah.
And I just found these maps last night, and they were all like from the same artist and the same style. So I just was like, you know what? Let's just have all three. Why not?
Nice.
So yeah. All right. Well, I guess technically 4 because there was the map where you guys found the corpse. But I just liked that they all had like T-Rex tracks on them, so it was like
Yeah.
part you were tracking it anywhere you went. But yeah. So, okay. Well, I posted the stuff that Steros has in the loot channel, as well as Corinna's stuff. I have a feeling Corinna's going to be a frequent tag along with you guys.
She was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
What? The overpowered archer? No.
She's not overpowered, you know. But I mean, the thing is, she isn't great in a hand-to-hand fight. So, you know, you put her in a good position, and she's awesome. But you know, she gets handled pretty well in melee.
So is this where we start quasi shipping Adrian and Corinna?
Sure. Yeah, I'm here for it.
Like perfect complementary. Like he is melee, punch things down, and she's knock things out from afar.
I love that, and like they're both Dragonlord fans, and this is like they're both chasing their destiny. I'm here for it. I'm here for the ship. We'll return to the ship next time and start that.
By the way, that strange potion you said I found, you said
Yeah.
it was. Are you saying it's Witchbane, or
Yes,
it
so
was a little unclear the way you worded it?
It is Witchbane. I didn't have the source.
I looked it up. I'm now thinking I'm going to offer it to Theagenes, but
Ooh, because I want to make sure it's the right one, because
that
there were
would be
two.
interesting.
There
Okay.
were two. There were
The
two
one I found
sources.
online was like, is a drug, enjoy.
Yeah. Geez, I can't find it.
Yeah, you get calm and relaxed when the drug kicks in. Your speech is
Oh,
slurred.
yeah.
Then you get feelings of bliss and euphoria. Like,
And you can.
if you overdose, you can't use spells.
Right.
And then
yeah,
when you're
so-
withdrawing, you become apathetic. I was like, okay, so like it's White Lotus, like.
So the one I was actually looking at was a little different, and
Okay.
it basically just takes away a spell slot. Oh yeah. So I found the source. So it's smeared on blades wielded by assassins seeking to end the life of a wizard or sorcerer.
Oh.
Once injured by a weapon slathered in the poison, the toxin goes to work by first destroying the knowledge of the highest level spell slots remaining in the caster's repertoire.
Wow.
And then it starts doing psychic damage after that. So basically, they just lose their highest 1d4 spell slots if they fail a wisdom save,
Wow. That's pretty cool.
which could be really powerful if delivered, you know, with consideration. Here, I'll post that in your
Thanks. That'll
your
be
chat.
good. So I couldn't find any other reference to the one I found.
Yeah. Because I was like, oh man, like, like I know that there's a chance a wisdom save fails, but you know, if it passes, you could really mess with like a spellcasting enemy. And I mean, especially if there was something that could cast like 8th or 9th level spells, if you were somehow able to remove the ability to do that altogether, that would be wild. So yeah. Cool. Well, that's all I got. I know we probably need to go ahead and wrap, but I appreciate you guys joining, and we can talk about scheduling later. I think next time in 2 weeks I'll be available, but we can talk about it.
Sounds good.
Sweet. All right, GG guys, and I will upload Belly of the Beast here in a minute. So.
All right. Thanks for playing, everybody.
Yeah.
Had a great time.
Yeah. Good